trying to put sheets on the bed and get a cat going crazy. Took me a few minutes longer than I thought. Alright, I need keyboard and mouse. Stop. Alright, good morning everybody. I'm earlier than I normally am. I could not sleep. I got woken up multiple times by cats. It's been, I haven't been sleeping in the office the past few nights because it's been cooler weather because of all the rains, so we've been sleeping out in the big room. And our grandniece is thinking it's the best thing ever because we have a huge master bed. And she's been excited. She treats it like a game. But she between the cats and my grandniece, I could not sleep last night. She is a flailer in her sleep, I have learned. So Chris is the one Chris usually is the one who lays down with her. I sleep here in the office, and then they sleep out there together. And then I have gone out there and slept in the bed the past few nights. And she flails around. She knocked me like 4 times last night, and finally it was like 2:45, and I wake up because she had rolled over, and her hand just went, like her whole arm just went whop whop and like flapped me right in the face, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get up. I gotta report to my wife this morning when she wakes up because she's gonna get a kick out of that. Because I can remember when her mom, my niece, was probably 9 or 8. They came and stayed with us for the summer, and this is when we were living in Cancun. God, years ago. This has got to be like 14 years ago. And she had jumped up in the bed with us in the middle of the night and is a kicker. She kicks in her sleep. And I ended up getting out of bed and going and sleeping on the floor because it was so bad. Like she would just roll over and just like her leg would just do this. So I guess I'm guessing she got this from her mom because she does it with her arm. She's just like this as she's sleeping. It's like, God damn, no. So I did not sleep very well. No, I slept maybe 5 hours. So we're here early. It's alright, I'll take a big nap today. Alright, I finished last night the Enforcer line, which means I should be able to move right onto, cause I want to get all these free ships. Try to wrap this up today. I do have a big coffee, yes. Alright. My alpha miner is continuing to go through, and that's the primary thing I want to work on, so we're going to leave that going. Yeah, that's what I was doing with the other character, was that faction epic arc, because you get 4 ships from it. So it's actually something I want to think about right now. Is I'll probably just do the Soldier Fortune stuff right now since we were just on it, and we're doing combat stuff anyway. Yes, Boba Bravov. Yes, do the general, do, that would be my suggestion. Do all 5 of the general career arcs because you're going to get free ships, free gear, and it's the civilian gear, which doesn't require you to have any skill points to use. So if shit ever goes tits up for any reason whatsoever, you have basic ships with civilian gear that doesn't require any skills to use. And as you complete each career path, you can go, oh, I like this concept. I like the concept of being an explorer, or I like the concept of being an industrialist. I like the concept of being a miner. I like the concept of the combat. Because each one of those career paths, let me open this up really quick. Since we're on their agents and missions. The career agents, because you have these, right? You're going to get all sorts of free stuff from those. And it's about 3 hours, I think. It just depends if you're new. It's taken me about 3 hours to do each one of these. So that's about 15 hours of content on top of the 5 or so hours that you're going to do in the tutorial. You'll be 20 hours into the game by the time you finish all of this. You're going to have an inventory full. Well, I'm not at a base right now to show you. You're going to have an inventory full of loot, ships, stuff that you can use, and it will have introduced you to all the core systems, and more importantly, it will also at that point have set you up on one of these career paths. And because at that point you'll have run all those missions and go, okay, I really like the explorer, so I'm going to start working on all of these activities that are in the explorer line. Because each one of these circles represents an opportunity. That's a mission arc. And then you have a scanning objective arc, and then a hacking objective arc, and then, advanced hacking. Like, these are things that you can be doing, and then also you're going to be learning about all of the different kind of, think about these as archetypes: explorer, enforcer, industrial, soldier of fortune. As you go through the career arcs, you're going to learn more about these, and then you can decide where do you want to start training your points. Now, because I really like the mining concept, because it's very chill, relaxed, I can do it in between work. I could just put on some tunes. Especially recently, I got a whole bunch of really cool music from Babylonia. I can listen to music while I'm working and be here working, and then over here on the side, I can be mining sort of AFK. And so I liked the mining idea because then I can get all those resources and make ships. So I went ahead and chose the industrialist entrepreneur line first, and then the producer line we're almost done with. But all you got to do is you can, like, if I went to Explorer, if you check these out, like this right here, if I click it, show skill plan contents, these are all the things that it would just, if I said start training, it would just add these over to the right and start training those things. And then I don't have to think about it. I don't have to pick anything. It picks it for me. It's a generalized grouping of skills. You do them one at a time. So as an example, the last couple of sessions, I've just been working my way through the mission arcs for the agents. And now I'm working on right now, which is the, like last night we were playing and I did the Enforcer line. Right now I'm doing the Soldier of Fortune line. So that's 10 quests we're about to launch. That's going to be the morning session. And then as far as these go, these take time to learn. Like, it's going to take time to do the skill points. So, like, when I first started the industrial line, I also wanted to get Alpha Miner. So I clicked, I added Alpha Miner. That's all of these skills over on the right-hand side. You'll notice on the bottom it says it's going to take 2 days, 16 hours. It was at 4 days. but we're a couple of days in. So it could take several days. But the cool thing about EVE Online is the skills train while you're offline. So just you could pick a skill path that suits what your chosen playstyle is. And then even while you're at work or sleeping or playing other games, this will be training for you. So that's a really cool concept. Like Ali says, oh yeah, these plans, they'll keep going. You can add things to it every time you do. If I wanted to add this to the list, like if I wanted to add all of these to it, I could say start training, and it's going to add all of these to the right, but at the bottom. So it would do this after the ones that I'm currently training. Or it gives you the option, when you start this, it's going to give me the option to switch this out and prioritize this plan instead of the plan I currently have training. So you have the option, replace the ones, not replace, prioritize this and learn these instead of the ones you're already learning, or add this to the list of things you're already earning, but at the bottom of the list, which would add days or hours to the training time. So you have options. So that would be my number one tip, by the way, for new players would be and it's, I don't even know that it's not really a tip per se. It's just following the game's instructions. The game has a very robust new player experience these days, so it's gonna tell you all these things in a roundabout way as you get going. But just to reiterate, and in my own words, expound upon what they have already put into the game, that would be the way to do it. Start with the career agents. After you finish the tutorial, do each one of these. It's about 15 hours of content plus the 5 that you've already put in getting going in the game. By the time you get done with that, you're going to know what you want to do. You could, at some point in the middle of there, potentially pick a training course, and then go from there. And the cool thing is with the new Exordium area, you're in an area where you're completely safe to play and do things at your own pace. And then when you're done with that, yeah, hot take, follow the game instructions, pretty much. Well, some people don't, and some people just don't know, because it can be overwhelming to see things. And then when you're done with all of that, you can look at epic arcs and stuff. So you go here, go to epic arcs. This Visions of Greatness is here in this region of space, and that is a multiple, it's got 8 chapters that you can work on. And then by then you'll be ready to leave and go into the rest of the game world, and then you can, get into like all these other epic arcs, which, these are big, huge story arcs that take a long time to go through. And then there's all sorts of stuff beyond that. So, yeah, career agents, mission agents, you can go through, and you want to do security missions, you want to do distribution missions, you want to do mining missions. Like, there's all sorts of things you can find to work on. So, go forth, have fun. That's the most important thing. All right. Let's see what we can. Oh, I was going somewhere, doing something. I was gonna say, Napier, do not text and drive, sir.
Warp drive active.
You're at the point each level takes a month to train. Wow, yeah, that's a chunk. There's more. I want my coffee, damn it! They don't want to let me drink my coffee. Hang on. I gotta move this and like set it on top of the... Arr!
Warp drive active.
I don't know if y'all saw, Enshrouded got an official launch date yesterday, which is in October. They're going to be launching on Steam and PS5. They said the Xbox launch is coming next year because of complications with optimizing the game for Series X and S, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice for Enshrouded to have a multi-platform launch. But it is what it is. Enshrouded is a phenomenal game. I am really torn because I wanted to buy a big old server and play with our community. I definitely want to go all in on that game when it comes out. But I'm torn now because it's like it's not going to be the full release. Like it's not going to be everything all at once, and I'm kind of like, maybe I just should wait. The problem with waiting is then you lose out on all the, you know, it's fresh, it's new. Okay, hang on a second, I gotta read this. Oh, this is the one where you just blow up the ship. Well, I already own it on the PC, DribROM, so what I was hoping for is that when it came out, I was gonna go jump on the Xbox and play it there. Because I've already played it. I put a bunch of time in Enshrouded. Like, I probably got about 150 hours in that game throughout early access for over the past like 3 years. I've not played it much in the last year because I just wanted to kind of ignore it and wait for it to get to launch so that I don't like burn myself out. Jay says, I think I'll download E Online. Thanks for streaming a variety of game to show things that people like me may not normally consider. Well, enjoy. It's a pretty, you know, it's free to play out of the gate. So I think if you're just wanting to try something out, that is a phenomenal screenshot right there. There's no risk. Any of these free-to-play games, like Guild Wars 2. Right now we're playing that. We're playing this. I don't think there's... You got nothing to lose with free-to-play games. Other than time. Anyway, I'm really hopeful that Enshrouded is crossplay, gonna be crossplay for everything, which I think it is, but I'm just disappointed that it's not
Warp
going to be
drive
Xbox at the
active.
same time as PlayStation. It's like, why? Why would you not do that? Optimization problems, they said. Meanwhile, Voyages of Nera announced yesterday they've got a publisher now, and they are pushing the launch back to next year because, specifically, they are doing crossplay for all platforms, and they are doing a multi-platform release. So rather than launch the PS5 version separate, they need more time to get the Xbox versions of the game ready. So they chose to just push everything back to make sure that they are doing a complete and total launch, which I don't know why Enshrouded didn't do that as well. They must be up against a deadline financially if they're not willing to push back. Oh wait, I'm just supposed to rush. Hang on. I'm an idiot. This is the one where you just rush in and blow up.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, when I first tried it, Dribrom, I think it was like 2015
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
maybe? 2015, 2016 was when I first tried it, and I did not care for it. I think I played it all of like 5 hours and was like, yeah, this isn't going to be for me. And then when I tried it again a few years ago, I was like, oh, they've added all these new quests, and there's actually this right here. This appealed to me. Where does that thing get installed? Excuse me.
Heart beating, bass drum pound. Adrenaline pumps as cymbals crack. Victory, breathe deep and let the synth flow. Egonics, your life, your sound.
Wait, I did fit it. Did I not fit the right thing? Stop! I gotta dock again. I guess I
Docking permission
equipped the wrong
requested.
thing.
Docking
What did I
request
equip?
accepted.
Stasis Webifier. I was supposed to do the Warp Scrambler.
Are you ready for a brighter future through better bots? Brought to you by President Agard and the Automated Industry for Democracy Act of YC 125.
There is already something in that location.
Oh, god damn it. So you can't just... Oh, there we go. There's a filter keeping me from seeing everything in my inventory.
Together we are the dream of the Federation.
Thank
Do
you.
your part to
Okay,
keep that dream alive and enlist today.
now we're good to go. I think for me, the concept of the spreadsheet, I think, has been blown out of proportion. It's kind of like one of those myths. I'm sure it's like that, like Ali said. I'm sure it's like that for people who are at the end game, who are like, you know, have a 50 billion ISK ship and they're tracking all these different things. And I'm never gonna play with a spreadsheet. Sorry, thanks, no. Their extraction shooter has an alpha test in July. I am signed up for it, so if I get in, I'll definitely stream it, or at least record video footage around it. I don't think there's any restrictions on that. I don't normally like PvPvE extraction shooters, so I'm willing to try it just because I like shooters. But I do know it's a PvPvE extraction shooter. So I'm gonna, I'm willing to try it out, just like I have with like Arc Raiders and stuff. But I know going into it that it's not gonna be something I want to put a lot of hours into. I think for me, mostly this right now, with being in between projects, is a very nice
Request accepted.
juxtaposition against Guild Wars 2. I need something that is low key and really easy to play when I'm stoned, and doesn't require me to constantly be mashing buttons to jump out of the way of red circles.
There
What
is
is this?
already something in that
Yeah, where
location.
is this? Oh, it goes into a high power slot, so I gotta get rid of one of my guns, I think. Live, same time, same place every day, Ribbons. Welcome in.
Warp drive active.
I just saw Napier's the joke post he made. He was at the very beginning. We hopped in the stream. I did not catch that. Grown ass gamer. You probably don't even have a wife. What a loser. Grown ass man playing games. How close do I have to be to use this? 7,000.
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Respect my authority. Okay, make a stand. It is unlikely you will defeat their forces. Put up the best fight you can before it be destroyed. You need to fit it with your own modules. We want you to kill at least one pirate. Okay, so I need to take their ship.
Do you have what it takes to shape the future? Then Federation fleets want you in command.
I don't think it matters which one of these I use. They've given me multiples.
Calgary creds come cheap, but they're paid for in blood. Report
This is
illegal
my
Calgary
active
actions
ship.
to federal authorities. Bring us the truth. We'll deliver the justice.
I really just need a couple of guns on it. That's the only thing I really care about, just so I can take out. I got a couple of these. I need to throw some insurance on this ship.
Skill training completed.
Need some ammo.
The Supreme Court casts to see our Federation's justice in action. Justice may be blind, but democracy is transparent.
Democracy is transparent. Not in my world, honey. Not in my world. Wait, did I load the ammo? I think I may have forgotten to load the ammo. I did forget to load the ammo.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Allie says, currently hauling 50 mil ISK worth of ice. Please no one snipe me. Ah.
Epic action, epic romance, epic laughs, epic drama. Horror films from impetus. Escape into the epic.
Warp drive active.
Forgot that guy does all that damage. He is running. Did not put a afterburner or anything on. I need to close the gap because these guns are more potent. There we go. All right. Let's go get blown up. I can't even see the drones. Oh, there they are. You gotta be close to get those guys. Whatever. I just need to charge over here. Fucking. So I can't approach because they've got me like stasified or something. So I'm locked into only moving at 7.9, and these drones are like taking forever to take me out. What? And I can't shoot them. There we go. Now I'm getting close, and these guys can shoot me. Yeah, blow me up, guys. Come on. Make it count. See you, James.
Warp drive active.
Yeet. Yeah.
Skill training completed.
Yeah, that's Honestly, Allie, that's probably the one thing I'm looking forward to the most is just I just want to mine shit. I just want to mine shit and craft. I don't really. I do want to pursue the storylines. Like I really want to. If I can accomplish over the next 3 months that I have a sub, I would love to accomplish all of the epic story arcs. I think that would be a really cool thing to do. In between which I'd like to do mining. When I did this a few years ago, I only made it through, I think, 2 of the epic story arcs before I ran out of time and had to move on to other things. So it would be very interesting to see if I can get through all of the epic story arcs at the very least. Afterburner. I just want to do mining and crafting with the occasional story mission. Don't care about PvP, don't care about the combat. I've been really enjoying taking screenshots in this game.
Web drive active.
Like super sweet screenshot. Oh my god. Asteroid station, head there as quickly as possible. Boom.
Web drive active.
Okay, activate the module. And here we go. What? Do I only have room for one? How do I split those out? I guess that's it. I just put one in there because it can only carry one.
Are you ready to lead the way? Do you have what it takes to shape the future? Then Federation fleets
Can
will
this
be
thing
your
carry two? Where do you see that information at?
For news you can trust, tune in to the cluster's #1 provider. The Scope, the Galactic News Network.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm looking for, so I'm just gonna load it up really quick. I don't know what I'm looking for in the fitting window. Like, it's drone stats are in the bottom right of the fitting window. That's what I need to know. Thank you. I don't know what I'm looking for. So if I look at the fitting window, I'm supposed to be able to see it in the bottom right. Bottom right. I guess there's a drop down.
Neither meteor showers nor solar flares nor
I still don't see where it tells me how many I can carry.
through their appointed
That's what I was trying to see, was how many I can carry. Yeah, so this doesn't even have any drone bays. So I think the only one I have that can do drones right now
Commuters are advised, protests are currently
is that one.
visit the promenade to witness our democracy in action.
Y'all. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's down here. All it says is 5.0 M3. But I'm guessing that's how much one of these drones weighs.
Do your part to keep that dream alive and enlist today.
From balcony to chart lane, from Kentucky to luminaire, from president to technician,
Okay.
we are all citizens of this federation. Support your fellow
All right, this part confuses me because it keeps like filtering my
Now available in blue.
I don't want it to filter anything. I want it to show me all the things. I'm confused. Whatever.
For records of long time, be sure
Oh,
to
there's a fitting advisory.
Defend your future, defend liberty. Enlist in the Federal
That goes into the meta that people were talking about yesterday. Okay, so if I put that back on, let me see what that says, because it was giving me a warning. Even if it was armor 15 with shield isn't necessarily the problem, but it is unusual. I know somebody yesterday was like, you shouldn't do that. And I was like, why? Meta reasons. Got it. But I do see the game was even like, now hang on.
Participation is freedom's
Did the
guardian.
same thing with that. That's a shield module? Shield hardener. Okay. Alright. Nothing's confusing me. I'm good. No, I'm not good. Sorry. The fitting thing, I don't quite get. So I want to see all my available fittings here and in this fitting window, but it's only showing me a handful of things. And I don't have any filters on that I'm aware of.
future through better bots. Brought to
And
you
none of
by
these things are
President
clicked.
Agard and
So
the
I don't know
automated
why it's not
industry for
showing me
Democracy Act of YC
all
100.
of the items in my item hanger that are available to be fitted to the ship. I have gotten that to work like once or twice where they're all here instead, because what annoys me is I have to then drag this window over to the side and open up my item hanger to then be able to see all of the things that I could potentially drag to my ship. And I find that to be mildly annoying, and I haven't figured out
From
what's
Barbary
going
to
on that
Tarku,
is
from Itaki to Lumia,
causing the
progress
fitting
is
window to not show me all of the available fittings for my ship at a quick glance so that I can go in here and be like, oh, I want to add this to the ship, you know? Haven't figured that out. So, there's no filters on. If I select ship modules, it only shows me those three things. And I want to see all the things. I don't just want to see the three things. Like that actually turns it just to that. Like I don't have any filters on at the moment. Oh, there's a drop down. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you for that. I didn't see that. So I was only looking at the ship. I want to be seeing the item hanger. Ah, perfect. Thank you. So does that mean those things are in the inventory of my ship? It does. So we can pull those down into the item hanger. Perfect. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. I was like, I know I've seen it before. Why don't I see it now? All right, I'm not going to make it until the server is down. I got to go get more coffee. Oh, I need to group my guns. Reload the guns. That was it? Premature
Warp drive active.
anticipation. By the way, I noticed that so like the shield thingy that I had was only like 7 shield hit points per tick. My armor repairer is 74 per tick. Or per 5 seconds. It's a much bigger, and I'm assuming that's because all like the base is an armor ship, so those meta bonuses are bigger.
Docking request accepted.
Do you carry any weapons at all on your mining ship, Allie, or are you just running it and risking it?
From
Oh,
Harmony to Charlie, from Antaki to Luna.
I was supposed to use my drone to kill the pirate. I didn't use my drone.
Support you, fellow citizens.
Oops. I forgot all about that. I just went in and just shot him. Follow the instruction carefully. This is the one that Allie kept dying on the other day by accident. And I just rushed in. Let's see if I can accomplish this without eating a horrible death. You use drones. Perfect. Okay, that's a great. So the general practice for mining ships is you use drones to kill rats. All right, that is a very good tip. Something to keep in mind. Because once I get through with this, I'll have 2 drones, which I can equip onto my mining ship. And then I have those. I'm assuming just every time you warp into mine, you have those active immediately. Alright, do not engage until I give the order.
Warp drive active.
Rawr! Sit tight and wait for the go order. Have the precision facility on lockdown. Just remember to scope them back up beforehand. Do I need to go? There it is. Now I go. Go get the hostages. Get in, get out. Oh, I should totally afterburner this shit. I just love it. We're warping through. Loot all. Eat out.
Warp drive active.
You spaced out. No. No pun intended. I think it's confusing because it takes a minute for all the text to pop
Docking
up.
permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Oh, excuse me. All right, next up. Oh, we're totally gonna knock these out before the servers, which is awesome. All right, I already have one equipped.
Web drive active.
Excuse me. Gotta be within 10 clicks. Go time.
Drive active.
Everybody's a big fan. It's the best part about being me. Enjoy the show.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Right. Suspicious vessels. Copy that.
Web drive active.
Three hostiles moving in. Okay. Probably go ahead and launch my drone while I'm at it. I am not doing enough damage. Oh, you know what? They're webifying me is why. So I'm stuck not being very close to them. So I'm not doing optimal damage. Now I'm assuming, I remember at one point, I don't remember which training package it was, it taught me about like a way to use a scrambler or something to like block those. I don't know if that's a thing or not, like help make it to where they can't lock me down like that. It's a little bit more advanced stuff that I'm gonna have to learn a long time if I do combat. However, the hull repair thing is draining my internal core. I'm assuming once it goes to 0. Oh, you could use your afterburner during this? That's interesting. I did not know that. Now that's going to drain my capacitor thingy.
Capacitor is empty.
Yep. So now it's what? Got to recharge, I'm assuming. I did not know that you could use this during combat or during the. I'm being stasified here. Warp disrupted and webified. All right, that's one down. Oh no, I'm done. Actually, all I needed was the leader. No, no, recall the drone. Recall the drone. Recall the drone. I did not recall the drone in time. Well, I sacrificed the drone to the cause. It was bound to happen at some point. Oh, that's some funny shit.
Requested. Docking request accepted.
Now, it says load any combat drone. Hopefully it's not going to cause me to not get the quest completion. That's some funny shit. All right.
Forever is a long time. Be sure to protect it.
Did you not?
Federation. Defend your future. Defend liberty. Enlist in the Federal Defense Union.
That's Galente frigate. I don't see that it put it in there. It said something about you can't move it above where it needs to go. So I think I have to go to... Where would that have been? I don't know what that would be under. Where did that even go? Ah, somewhere in here somewhere, I would assume. Spaceship command. Ah, here we go. Galente Destroyer. Red line means it can't go somewhere. What are the prerequisites for that? Can I just drop it in here? Oh, hang on. Somewhere in here. What prerequisite is required for that? Galente Frigate 3. Well, doesn't that mean I could... That confuses me.
Are you ready to lead the way? Do you have what it takes to shape the future? Then
Alright, did that just add it to here? It added it to 2 and 3. I was confused with where did it add number 1? I guess I'm herping and derping about something here. Okay. Oh, you start with 1 as a starter skill. That was my confusion. I thought I had to train the level 1. That was my confusion. Okay. Okay. My confusion. My bad. Alright, now... I know the other day on the other character, I was looking through here and I had bought this ship, but I have to get a skill. Yeah, I need mining 4 and mining frigate 3. So we're gonna be a while before I can get upgrade to any of these ships, which is fine. But I think what I really want, I was looking at this the other day for a mining ship. I just really like the look of this right here. And I think that's going to be what I go buy once I get my training done. I just like the look of that. I don't care about stats or anything else. I like things that look cool. I have to get mining destroyer. Buy and inject. Yeah, there we go. Can I move those up? Just out of sheer curiosity. I can move them up past... Hang on. It's got to go after mining 4. Let's move the frigates up there too. Nice, Allie, nice. Okay. Alright. now I want to strip this ship. And we're going to move over to here for now. Actually, I don't think I can go to this yet. I need a skill to fly it. Which went where? I gotta move that all the way up. And I cannot, so I'm not gonna be flying that anytime soon. That has to go after that, apparently. Well, poodoo, I stripped everything out of that for no reason. Alright. Well, be that as it may. By the way, do I have any blueprints? No. I would like to buy a ship, maybe. Alright, what's left, by the way? The Explorer. Are they going to give me a ship for this? Proof of discovery, anomalies. We're going to work on that next. I know I get more ships from that. These are all so ugly, man.
Forever is a long time. Be sure to protect it. Capture layers of the Federation. Defend your future. Defend liberty.
Can I? Is there a better way for me to look at stuff here? Let me. Where was it at? Lente. That's a Corvette. Shuttle. Haulers. What's up, Loot? Yeah, I think this is the one they end up giving me in this line, the Amicus. I remember I made this the other day. I forgot I have those in my inventory, by the way. How long do these last for? Because that would allow me to fly other ships without needing to train them. But how long do those last for, guys? How long do the expert systems last? And can you run more than one at a time, or is it just one at a time?
Commuters are advised. Protests are currently disrupting promenade traffic. Visit the promenade to witness our democracy in action.
Because it doesn't actually say if it's a cooldown, or if it's like a active expert system is not lost on pod death or clone jump. View in store? I mean, I have 3 of them that are different. That's not doing anything. They are temporary skill injections that last for a limited time, typically 7 days, letting you test out new gameplay loops without needing to have the upfront training time. So it's just a temporary, yeah, it's a multiple days thing. We are 15 minutes out from the server. Okay. Well, if I wanted to rush, I could use one of those. I don't. All right. Let's go work on. I should not have stripped this now that I can't even can't even fly that. So let's repackage that. All right, gotta refit this.
Verdant forests, vibrant life forms, majestic mountains. Visit the jewel of the Federation, free of the troubles of war. Intarki virtual tours, a vacation worth fighting for.
I'm pretty sure that's all we're gonna need for the moment, because it's gonna give me some stuff if I recall. Okay. It's looking a little battered there, man. And then it fades as it repairs. That's cool. Alright. I've got a mission offered. I need a probe scanner. It said once you undock, I need to reread that. Because this part was confusing me when I did this the other day anyway. Active. Open your probe scanner and select the Warp 2 button for a location named Anomaly Training Site. Probe scanner. Anomaly Training Site. Doesn't matter which one.
Warp drive active.
Oh, I do need to pay attention to the time because I do not want to get stuck out in the middle of a mission area like I did yesterday, because it bugged out on me. And then when I came back in the afternoon, I randomly suddenly had access to the mission again. Alright, recover the proof of discovery document in a training container. Alright, back we go.
Warp drive active.
I just gotta remember whenever it says we got 5 minutes left, I just need to warp back. Now the question is, I'm trying to hold off until the AFK. Trying to hold off till the server outage for my bio break. The question is, can I hold out until then?
Docking permission requested.
I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. We got a choo-choo train coming. I saw a great TikTok last night. It was all the ways to say that you need to go to the bathroom. I gotta go for a minute. I'm gophering it. Gopher's trying to make an appearance. Got a turtle head. Oh, I hope that I never get too old that poop jokes are no longer funny. Fart jokes, poop jokes, and dick jokes should always be funny. And if they're not, you've grown too old. Yes, here's the ship that I want. Thank you. Let's move over to this ship because this thing has some cool stuff in it.
Do you want to keep that dream alive, Nicholas?
This baby's built for exploration. Just buy a package of Depends. At some point, we'll be getting there probably. Alright, I gotta fit this bitch. With stuff. I don't know what stuff yet. Definitely need an afterburner. Hang on, what do I need for this mission? That's it. Just pick up this ship. That's all they want me to do. Seems odd. I don't need to put anything on it. Do I have at least one weapon? I don't feel completely naked. Alright, it hasn't asked me for anything else, so... Warp to site.
Warp drive active.
Actually, you know what? How are we doing on time? I think we're gonna get the warning here in a minute. It depends on what they want me to do here. Yep, there's the warning. I think that was our warning. Yeah, I'm gonna not do this right now. We're gonna go back really quick. Since we're 5 minutes out.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right, we're gonna take an AFK break.
In trying times, the last thing you need is a partner you can trust. Trust the Bank of Luminaire, dedicated to the future of Federation businesses.
Calgary creds come cheap, but they're paid for in blood. Report illegal Calgary assets to federal authorities. Bring us the truth, we'll deliver the justice.
Together we are the dream of the Federation. Do your part to keep that dream alive and enlist today.
I have something really.
All right, I'm back. I saw something while I gotta comment on this while I'm sitting here and while it's fresh in my mind because I briefly mentioned something related to this over uh in my I think it was my Grand Theft Auto video that we did the other day. It was a bit of a rant, but I saw something that reiterated in my mind. So, big streamers who make lots of money telling people that they should be upset about pricing on things like games, and the reason that the Steam box is so superior is because it has regional pricing, and game companies shouldn't be charging as much as they charge, and power to the poor people, right? They are not poor people. And I just saw a clip of Luality, who, I mean, she's cute. She's got 500,000 followers across her Twitter, or excuse me, across her Twitch and YouTube. She's, sort of a bigger name in the industry as a female streamer. And I was just watching this clip of her like talking about why the Steam box is so superior, not because of its specs, but because of the fact that it offers regional pricing. And she literally says because games are too expensive and game companies are making too much money. And I'm literally just sitting here. It triggers me a little bit. Not her, but the argument, because I talked about this in my Grand Theft Auto video the other day. Rich people telling poor people that things are too much money when they, as rich people, get all the games for free and it's a tax deduction and they don't have to pay any money for their games. I just feel like the irony of that, the hypocrisy of that, it just sticks in my throat. I like her as a content creator, I do. But that whole idea of wealthy streamers, big streamers, telling telling their followers, it just, I don't know, it just, oh, it's so expensive. It's not expensive for you, bitch. You get all your games for free. Not, I'm using bitch as a colloquial, not as in reference to her, because someone out there is going to pull that out of context. But like, you get these streamers with 15,000 concurrents. Yeah, you should be upset about the pricing, as I make $15,000 a month. It's whatever. There are things you should be upset about. That's not one of them. What's up, Studman Adventures?
Warp drive active.
Bubba says, I just swipe left, same as when content creators with paid memberships bitch about creation prices in Bethesda game. I know, right? Because all of these streamers have subscriptions turned on for their Twitch accounts, and they have YouTube membership tiers, and they have Patreon tiers, and they have merch store, excuse me, and they have merch stores and everything else. All right.
Warp drive active.
That's right. Make the right choice for you when it comes to finances and buying games. By the way, I am picking up the Ultimate Edition of Grand Theft Auto 6. I'm not going to pre-order it right now because I don't pre-order things unless they have Head Start. I mean, I don't need to. The game's not even out till November. Um, so I will pre-order it when we get to November. Exploration supplies. Yes, make the right choice for you when it comes to everything. By the way, Studman, I did not know, um, because we were talking yesterday about how the Renfail rant you claimed had gone viral on Instagram and etc. I did not know yesterday's had gone viral on on Twitter X. Scan probes are like little ships. I'm gonna tab out really quick and look at Twitter because I did yesterday's. I had not paid attention because you don't get notifications on Twitter X for replies and stuff. So I shared that little snippet out 20 hours ago. It's got 71,000 views, 1.1 thousand likes, 114 reshares, and 285 comments. And the 285 comments are literally like there's maybe 5% are like, yeah, you're right. And the other 95% is people who have their heads so far up their asses, um, and they're basically just telling me that I'm just slobbing on Rockstar's dick, and it's like, what the fuck? Oh, Thandar coming in with a 20-month resub over on Twitch. What's up, Thandar? Let's go, Poppy. Hi, Poppy. I can't believe how many people are being ripped off. You're part of the problem, you dumb cuck. I I'm getting called cuck. Like you're just a fucking GTA glazer. What a dumbass. Anyway, it popped off in way more places than I knew of. I didn't realize the one on Twitter X had popped off as well. It's done very well on Facebook. The funniest thing to me though is even though all of you have 285 comments, right? Like 200 of those are people who are just pissed off. I've still netted a shitload of follows and people, following me on the account and also resharing everything. Because like, even though you have 200 out of 285 people being angry in the comments, the fact that it has 1.2
Skill tree
likes
complete.
and actually it just jumped up to 77,000. So in the moment that I've been talking to you, I refreshed the page and it already got another 7,000 views on Twitter. Right, exactly, Babyloni. I've never streamed a Grand Theft Auto game. How am I GTA Glazer? Like it's so fucking stupid. Asmongold was cheering the Bungie devs getting laid up. Yeah, he's a fuckwit. And unfortunately, there are a bunch of people out there like that who are like, yeah, Bungie deserves it. This is the same thing. That guy like a week and a half ago he's like, and it's talking about they clipped him on Twitter. He was like, he says, I'm gonna make a bunch of money. I think he said, I'm gonna make a bunch of money if Bethesda goes under. Not that I want them to go under. And he like winked at the camera. He's like, can you imagine if Todd Howard gets fired? And it's like, I don't think you guys realize how much money Bethesda makes from their games. I mean, that whole ZeniMax deal was it 7 billion, 6 billion, 6 or 7 billion dollars was the ZeniMax deal when Microsoft bought them, right? Think about that for a minute. I'm gonna go look that up. How much was the ZeniMax deal? $7.5 billion in an all-cash deal. Think about that for a minute. So ZeniMax is the parent company for Bethesda, and it's software. I mean, it's all sorts of things. $7.5 billion. Bethesda ain't going anywhere. He always makes things political correct. Yeah, no, it's a legit thing, Studman. Yeah. It's people are just upset because YouTubers have told them to be upset. Because you have those rich, wealthy streamers out there telling them that they should be upset at a game company for selling pre-orders. It is what it is. They're all gonna buy it and play it anyway. So it's not a thing. All right, they're all gonna buy it. They're all gonna play it.
Warp drive active.
Meanwhile, I'm over here having pre-ordered the Ultimate Editions for Stalker 2, Outer Worlds 2. Those games both have DLCs coming out that I pre-ordered and prepaid for. Like, I'm sure there are other Ultimate Editions that I bought that have DLCs coming up that I can't think of off the top of my head. But it's like... Am I gonna do another Eve review soon? I probably should. Now that I've sort of, I think when I finish up with Exordium and I'm out into real space, I'll do a review on the new user experience with Exordium when I'm actually out of it and into real space. So probably early next week, maybe by Sunday.
Warp drive active.
All right, see you, Web.
Warp drive active.
I gotta show you guys something real quick. I have a question
Warp drive active.
about a thing. I gotta go find the thing. Why can't I
Docking
find the
permission
thing,
requested.
man?
Docking
Here, let's
request
just do it this way.
accepted.
So I'm not a watch wearer. I don't want to get dinged for music, so we're gonna watch this. Here, let me see if I can pull this up on my PC. Here. I gotta make sure the music is muted. Nope, nope, nope. Mute that music. Okay. Let me put this up on screen. I have a genuine question for everybody watching. Now, I don't wear a watch, right? But for those of you, I mean, if you saw somebody, if this is a handcrafted leather band for a watch that my brother made. My brother's a talented motherfucker when it comes to like crafting stuff. He loves to do metal work. He does smithing. So this is my brother who's the rancher. He's got a full-time cattle ranch. He trains horses. He's done game dev with me. My brother's a super talented motherfucker, and he's like 30. How old is he? 33, 34, something like that. Anyway, he puts this up on TikTok the other day that he made this, and I saw this video and I was like, you need to sell that shit. And he's like, I guess I could, Um, what do you think that's worth, guys? I'm looking at this thinking to myself, if I was a watch guy and I want a handcrafted, I'm thinking that's 350, you know, 250, 350 bucks minimum. Time, labor, skill, parts. I think that's worth a few $100. And I'm in this discussion with him about whether or not he should invest the time to handcraft stuff like this. It's handcrafted stitching. Look at that shit. It's 100% handcrafted. The rivets are all handcrafted. Like, I think the buckles are the only thing that he bought were the buckles. Because he literally hole punched those fucking things out of sheet metal for those little round button rivets. Hand stitched all the leather. What do you think that's worth? Just, I mean, not what is the market value. If you were a watch person, what would you pay for something like that? That's what I want to know. I think that's worth 250, 350 bucks. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Just I mean, that's a good question. I don't know that that has been something that's been discussed. Whether it's just the watch, well, excuse me, whether we're talking just the band or the watch included. I don't know what timepiece that is. So I would say let's put the timepiece out of the equation for a moment and just think about the band. Because I don't know what timepiece that is. It has a label on it. It has a name on it. What does it say? I can't even see what it says. Benny, I think is what it says. I'll send him a message. He should be up by now.
Stream Supreme Court cast to see our Federation's justice in action.
Hey, we're watching your
Justice may be
watch
blind, but
band
democracy is transparent.
leather video on my stream right now. Like that timepiece. We're like at this, and I'm asking the stream to tell me how much they think something like that is worth. If you were to make those handcrafted for people, what do people think that they're worth to purchase? What timepiece is that, and like how much is the timepiece worth? Because I'm looking at this, and we're talking in chat, I was saying 250 to 350. Someone right now is saying 350 to 400. Looks so good, but I love wearing watches and love the leather band. You know, I'm getting an idea. I'm trying to make you some money. We'll see when he gets back to it. Anyway, you know, I would, you know, these kind of things. I don't wear watches. I used to wear pocket watches. I don't wear pocket watches anymore. But I looked at that and I'm like, that's. I saw that video pop up on his TikTok the other day and I was like, God damn, dude, that's badass. Like, it says Benny. I don't know what that is. I don't know watches. So I thought it was cool. I have been watching Russell Crowe's TikTok account though, because that's all he does is like watch stuff. It's pretty fun. Anyway, random thought. Thanks for your answers. In the middle of that, DMCQ joined the only Rens section of YouTube. So welcome aboard as a member. Thank you for supporting.
Together we are the dream of the Federation. Do your part to keep that dream alive and enlist today.
Yeah, so we had some people asking, is it just the band, or if that was to be a thing that you made for sale, would it be the whole thing, like the leather watch, excuse me, the leather band plus the watch, or are we talking like are you just doing the leather band and refitting people's watches, or would it be something where you would just do the whole thing and sell it as a package? Like Belloc saying, if it's just the band with a quality leather, I would pay 250 to 350. It would come down to the polish of the leather work. Yeah, anyway. He's recording a message right now. He's probably out sitting on his horse somewhere.
Are you ready to lead the way? Do you have what it takes to shape the future? Then Federation fleets want you in command.
Alright, I need a web scanner. I have an offline module. Why is that module offline, I wonder? Huh. Must have clicked it. Oh, somebody's awake. I'm gonna have to go see who's awake here in a minute. Are they on the ship? They are on the ship. Type of leather strongly dictates the price. Same with fit and finish. Hang on, let me listen to his message here. So his raw materials, he was saying his raw materials are basically between 200 and 250 for that. That was bridle leather that he's using, which is what he's using for all his horse stuff. So raw materials here.
So the mass-produced blend watches like that
Oops, hang on, let me turn it up.
So the mass-produced blend watches like that guys cut out with like a CNC machine or whatever, and then hand sew together and call it a handcrafted leather band. They go for like $75. The ones that I've seen where a guy is building it all by hand with like exotic leather and whatnot, not exotic leather, but like lamb's skin or something like that. You know, they're in that $300 range. So what I had done, that leather is bridle leather, so the same kind of leather that I would use to make like a headstall. That's probably worth somewhere in the $150 range. The timepiece is a Bernie Field sport watch. It's a Chinese-made watch, but that's the titanium model, and it has a Seiko movement inside of it. You can find that watch on Amazon for $75. I bought that one on sale through AliExpress for $56, but it's got a sapphire crystal titanium case, just a rugged, you can beat it up everyday watch for affordable.
So he's $200 in it. He got his watch for on a discount, so he's $200 in for materials alone. And then the cost of his labor. So if it's taken him, I mean that's the cost right there. The real cost is the labor. So if you think he's $200 in for materials, if he spends 10 hours, even if he's only charging $25 an hour, that's another $250 for labor. So that's in my mind, just parts being $200 and then your labor being worth a couple hundred on top of that. I mean, that puts that in the $400 to $500 range for it to be something that makes it worthwhile for him to produce. Now the question is there a market for people who want to spend $400 to $500 on something like that? That's the question. He says, I was looking at my local leather supply shop and thinking of getting some high-end calf hides to make a couple to test it out. Making bands for existing watches. I'm thinking of making bands for existing watches with the specs of their watch and wrist in mind. So the idea would be if it turns into something that he could actually do, even on a, just for, doing a watch a month or something, he could do custom bands based on people's existing timepieces. But you're still looking, it sounds to me like depending on the type of leather, you're going to be looking, even if you take the timepiece out of the equation, if it's 150, depending on the type of leather. The leather he used was bridle leather. It's $150. So if you're talking exotic leathers, like he was saying, you're going to be probably looking at $150 to $300 for the leather, and then the labor involved. So on the low end, let's say it's $150 for labor, $150 for the leather. That's $300 if you provide the timepiece, and then it could go as high as $600 depending on the type of leather involved, assuming the client provides the timepiece. Yeah, it's not a commercial. This would not be a commercial product. This would be something that would be very much bespoke. It's a very niche audience. It has to be someone who understands the value, and for them it has value. I don't wear timepieces, so for me, that doesn't really have any value other than like, damn, that looks cool. Like I looked at it and went, dude, that's badass. Like somebody out there surely would spend, a few $100s or something like that. But it sounds to me like, yeah, That's a that's a thing. Yeah, I would say if he was providing the timepiece, I think he could probably make a couple and have them, sell them for 350, $400. But if people are wanting specific types of leather and custom, they've got their own timepiece, I think you're still looking at, $500 for the labor and material cost. Again, yeah, that's a very individual. Um, Stay tuned. I may be hawking his shit. I thought it was cool. Like I guess I don't wear timepieces, and I looked at that and went, "Damn, dude." Anyway, thanks for participating in the online survey. Did I load my survey probes? I did. Let me go say good morning to my wife. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Cup of coffee in the big time. Cup of coffee in the big time. All right, I need to stop traveling because I did this last time and I rocketed myself 50 clicks out into space. Yeah, no, that kind of stuff is very bespoke and customized, Bellic. So yeah, on an individual level, for sure. We need to scan a data site. Looking for a data site. All right. Launch the probes. Maximum length. Pick a thing. Move the thing. Oops. Analyze. I think I said I need to go for a data site. Relic, relic, relic. There's a data site right there, baby. Yeah, buddy. Okay, and now we can warp to this. Actually, I think I can use the drop down. Allie had showed me this the other day. Warp to.
Warp drive active.
Okay, training container. Civilian data analyzer. 3,500 meters. You know, in the real game, how many of these data sites and relic sites are protected by like PvE enemies, or are they always empty like this? I mean, obviously this is a training module, so are they generally protected? They're always empty, says
Warp
Bella.
drive active.
Hang on, and Allie's saying always protected. I'm getting two different answers. So I guess the better way to answer, do I have to fight enemies when I get to those locations before I can scan?
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
If you
accepted.
fail the hack, you can get attacked. I'm just like thinking ahead, like if I decide that I want to go be an explorer, what's the danger? Is the danger other players, or is the danger, I mean, obviously I guess the danger is always other players in the open world. But like what is the main danger of discovery? Like is it just the travel to those locations because you have to warp to them? Like I guess I'm wanting to understand what is the danger of being an explorer once you get out. Because I understand the danger of being a miner in the main game because you are going somewhere and you're spending a prolonged period of time at an asteroid belt mining shit, which gives people ample time to come up on you and take you out, or wait for you to go home and take you out to get all your shit. But how does the danger factor with other players work when it comes to exploration? Because if it's an empty place that I'm traveling to, I'm like warping there after I've discovered it,
Participation is freedom's guardian.
and then I'm immediately warping back. So there are NPCs that can protect them. I guess yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I don't quite, haven't wrapped my head around that. Because then it sounds to me like if I'm running an explorer ship, it can't be purely an explorer ship because I have to have defenses set up. Yeah, so security status of the system is 1, sure. And I'm guessing the better rewards are going to be in like the lower security relic sites or sites within lower security systems. Okay, now we need to find a relic site. I don't know what that acronym stands for, Lou. Because I'm thinking the way that I want to play the game it sounds to me like exploration is another really good way for me to play because I am primarily interested in mining, harvesting, crafting, and taking lots of cool screenshots. And exploration sounds like it's going to be putting me into places where I'm going to get to see really cool structures and take cool screenshots. And I'm just trying to like wrap my head around what is the danger factor because I don't want to do PvP. I want to try to keep that aspect of the game to a minimum if I can. Combat air patrol guarding the miners. Shit, where did that relic site go? Seriously, where did it go? Oh, it like was up there out of my, okay. Gotcha. Allie says I'm building a surplus of ore materials currently. Alright, nice. Thank you. Okay, so we can go to this relic training site.
Warp drive active.
I had to rebind it, Allie. It was in, I don't remember where. I think it was in the General tab under Windows. I'm pretty sure it was Window and then down here. Yeah, somewhere. Or no, I think it was not that. It was General. It was under General. Yeah, toggle user interface visibility. It's in the shortcuts window and then down. And I had to rebind it. So I put it at F11. That's just me personally. Because F12 is where the screenshot button is for Steam. So I just, that way it's right next to each other. So I can just F11, F12. And F11 also does this silly thing of like, it'll occasionally open whatever window that is. I don't know. There's another window that it'll open, but it's like a window that I don't give a shit about, so.
active.
My grandniece is awake and she did not come in here to say good morning to me. I feel betrayed. I hear her out and about. Man, I tell you what, I'm gonna have to tell. I gotta tell Chris the story about last night, which I was talking about at the beginning of the stream, because her flailing around in bed last night was what got me up at 2:30 in the morning. I got hit in the face multiple times and was like, I've had enough of this. I'm going back to my office. Ah! Oh, I just got 50,000 skill points. I may have to go use those somewhere. Well, I mean, I'm definitely going to use those somewhere, but I have to go. I think I want to do it on the ships so I can get some better ships. Did I warp? I don't know why it's not warping. It's like my ship is like freaking out and not. It's taking forever to establish a warp vector. Why is that? I've never seen it do that before. I mean, it's taking a long ass time. What contributes to that right there? I've never seen that. Well, while I'm waiting, if I've got 50, oh, I've got 100,000 unallocated. Well, pause, my friends. Definitely speed up the mining frigate. Let's go look at the ship things that I need. I want to get. Mining level 4 I have to do.
Skill training completed. Skill training completed. Skill training completed. Skill training completed.
I gotta do the Galente frigate.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Skill training completed.
Okay. Now I think that just unlocked me a whole bunch of ships I can use now too. Let me double check. Nope, it put it up here.
Skill training
More
completed.
ships unlocked. Perfect. Okay, where's the drone thing? Yeah, drones. Let's do drones as well.
Skill training completed.
Okay. And then we can unpause. Nice. They got me a whole bunch of new shit that I can look at. Okay.
Epic action, epic romance, epic laughs, epic drama. Horror film
You sent me a screenshot.
into the action.
Double mining. Nice. All right, we got to do the gas thing. I'm gonna take a very quick bio before we go any further. I'll be right back.
Are you ready to lead the way? Do you have what it takes to shape the future? Then Federation fleets want you in command. From terraforming to interstellar propulsion, Duval Labs is discovering tomorrow today. Stream Supreme Court casts to see our Federation's justice in action. Justice may be blind, but democracy is transparent.
Enjoy the majesty of Longway Opera from the comfort of your pod. Available on Waterphone for the first time, watch these Gmail cultural classics performed by the legendary Lesotho Opera Company.
Cavalry crates may be cheap, but they're paid for in bulk. Report illegal cavalry assets to federal authorities. Bring us the truth, we deliver the justice.
Electoral dates upcoming for water authorities and biomass distribution oversight. Remember, participation is freedom's currency.
Forever is a long time. Be sure to protect it. Casualties of the Federation. Defend your future. Defend liberty. Enlist in the Federal Defense Union.
Coffee in the big time. More coffee.
Commuters advised,
All
protests
right.
currently disrupting promenade traffic. Visit the promenade to witness our democracy in
Let's
action.
see here. Now I know I got access to several new ships now because I was able to train with those skill points that I just unlocked. So let's take a look at everything. So Navy frigate, which are these things. So there's the Comet. Train this group of skilled to gain unique bonuses to the ships in this group. That's fine. Can I turn off that pop-up? It just went away. Okay. So that is the Comet. Looks like it has a mohawk. This is the... Oh, so this is like the upgraded Wait, that's the same. Okay, that's just the military version. And then this is a military version of the Maulus. Okay.
From Barley to Chardonnay, from Intaki to Luminaire, from president to technician, we are all citizens of this federation. Support your fellow citizens.
Okay. So that's the Navy frigates. So he was just sending me, he's sending me pricing data on custom different types of leathers. Steer hide, top grain, vegetable tanned, trying to get the cost down. He said but he said this stuff I was thinking about trying it out. Super expensive at $16.50 a square foot. But if you could sell a watch band for $250, I might be able to make a few dollars off of it. I'm gonna, I'm gonna send you some follow-up messages after I'm done with the stream, so stay tuned.
In trying times, the last thing you need is a partner you can trust.
So these are like upgraded versions, which you can't use yet because I need skills I don't have yet. Interceptors, okay. And then up here is assault frigates, which are freaking ugly. Then we have covert ops. What the fuck is the Nemesis? Oh my! That looks like that's interesting. Okay, so that's cool. So those are frigates. What's the difference between like if this is the 7.5, is that the same as the base? No. Okay, so the Navy version gives me more bonuses, right? Than the base Imicus. So if I wanted to stick to this ship, the Navy versions, the Navy frigate version gives me more oh, I could directly compare just like that. I could, move this screen over and say, compare. Bingo. So it's a higher tier of ship. More hit points, more armor, more shields, better everything. More drone capacity. Very, very cool. Okay. So that's that one. Next up is the Destroyer, which I now got access to the Algos, Catalyst, and then up here we have the Navy issue Catalyst and the Navy issue of the Outpost. Cool, cool, cool. Mining Destroyer. Oh yeah, baby, because that gets me access to this. This is what I want right here. I want this as my main mining vessel. That looks dope as shit. So I'm definitely, I can now get that now. Very cool. Faction Mining Destroyer, which is what I was just looking at. Faction Mining Frigate, which is this one. It's just the upgraded tier of that one. Can I buy one of these now? Is there a point to getting one of these now? Do I need one of these now? I don't necessarily need one of those right now, but I may go buy one right now. Oh, you already have one waiting for me? Jesus, Allie. Alright, thank you. Streamer privilege! Oh, jeez. I'm gonna laugh about that a little bit. Alright, let's load this up. And then we gotta go do a gas discovery. Yeah, I think I'll just wait till I get out to the wherever you have the main base set up before I worry about ships, because I still have to run through the story missions here. This epic arc, because that's gonna give me like several new ships as well. Oh, this one's already been. Can I just go straight there if it's already been uncovered?
Warp drive active.
I would also say that anybody who's wanting to play with us, Allie does have a corp set up. So. Thanks for the Twitch sub, Cutler. Appreciate it. Thanks for being here. By the way, guys, I am going to be playing, I think Chris is taking our grandniece home today. I don't think anybody's coming for her. I think Chris is going. If that's the case, I'll be streaming a little bit more than I normally do today. I do have to, I do got to wrap up here in a little bit because I have some sponsored stuff to do. What am I supposed to do here? I can't. Are they gonna make me scan for it? Did I forget to grab the gas passkey? I think I forgot to grab the gas passkey. I vaguely remember this from the quest the other day. I think they gave it to me and I was supposed to put it in my inventory, but I wasn't reading.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Yeah, there it is. Gas passkey. See, I should have read the quest journal, but I'm like, oh, I've done this the other day. Let's just go. Dokes is in the house. Rawr.
Warp drive active.
Anyway, I gotta do some of my sponsored shorts today for TikTok and Instagram. I need to go do those here in a little bit because I got 2 different games I need to cover like over the weekend, but I gotta try to make at least one short for each this morning. I'm gonna go do that after I
Skill training completed.
wrap up here.
Warp drive active.
And then if they're gonna head out, I'll probably come back and do some more EVE Online after that. But we're not done yet. We still got a ways to go. And this afternoon, I may or may not do some more Guild Wars 2. I will admit that I'm having a great time with the story of Guild Wars 2, but I'm getting a little burned out with the constant action combat. It's a little more than I want to play every single day because it's so intensive to like have to like constantly be like duck, duck, dodge, dodge, duck, duck, dodge, dodge, duck, duck, dodge, dodge. It's starting to wear on me playing it every single day, and I've put like 85 hours into Guild Wars 2 now over like the last couple of weeks that I'm bringing the Guild Wars 2 thing down a bit. This is much more my speed for the moment. Do I just need to loot this? I don't have to scan it. Yeah, it was just looted.
Warp drive active.
Yeah, it's a lot. Like yesterday in particular, I've noticed that with sorry guys, got the sniffles. With the Path of Fire expansion in particular, like you can't just stand still. It's like constant dodge, 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 dodge. I did 2 hours of it yesterday and was like, I gotta take a break. It was too much. I was like, that's enough. My fingers are cramping. It's a little more action. It's a little too action combat-y is the combat for me personally. I'm loving the story though. Timey is my favorite character for sure. Alright, I have wrapped up all of those, and I am now ready to go do the epic arcs. So, however,
From asteroids to ice, we bring only the finest resources to your station. Astral mining is
I remember from doing these yesterday that they are going to require some prerequisites that I have to train. And I do not have any more skill points that I can just use to burn, so what I might do is while we are working on the epic arc, I may go mine. So let me switch ships really quick because I know they're going to give me ships, but those ships require me to learn things to use, and they're like 30-minute train times. So in the meantime, we can go do mining, I think. In which case, Miner McMineface. Dime otra vez. Ajá. Vas a Chable. ¿Estás feliz para ver tu mamá? Nah. Ajá. Ahorita está trabajando allá en la talachera, ¿verdad? She's gonna go home and spend the weekend with her mom. She's super excited. Alright. Before I go anywhere, I need to fix my ship. Miner, miner. Can I put another miner, or is 3 mining too big?
But democracy is transparent.
My stupid sniffles. I cannot do 3 mining. I do need to get some drones for this bad boy, though. How many drones can I have? I can hold 10 meters of drones. So, go over here to the regional market. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sniffling the end, and I'm forgetting to mute. Bubblenia says, everyone is different. Anyone who tells you all people should enjoy the same things is high or lying. Play what moves you, dude. Here to watch. Regards. I appreciate that, Bubbles. What was that called, that other drone that I had? Anyway. Ship equipment. No. Ship and module mods. No. Here we go. Drones. Acolyte drones? What are those under? Hang on, let me just acolyte. Oh, here we go. Well, hang on, how does that work? Drones, let me understand. Let me understand. What are drones? Okay, there's drones. Aha! Está lavando ropas. Sí, la blanca tiene muchos colores. Se llama blanca, pero tiene más que solo blanca. Dime qué colores tiene. ¿Qué colores tiene? Ajá, uno es blanco. Color de mi camisa. Ah, negro, así es. ¿Y la tercera? Es un color la misma de una fruta. ¿Qué fruta es? ¿Qué color? ¿Te gustan las naranjas? Ah, ¿sabes los colores en inglés? White. White. ¿Y this color in English? ¿Este color en inglés? No, this is black, not blue. No, black. Y naranja is orange. Good job. Así es. What are you doing? Oh, esta foto? Okay. Photo of the morning, everybody, on this other computer. Esa es una montaña. El mar. No, no es cocodrilo. Es montaña. Pero parece cocodrilo. Sí. Here, can I show you guys the picture of
Skill
this,
training
maybe?
completed.
This is what she's looking at. Is this screenshot. And she was saying that looks like a crocodile tail. So every morning, Windows recycles these really cool photos that people have taken from around the world, and it's right here on this monitor. So when she comes in the door, she always wants to ask about the photo that's sitting there.
From terraforming to interstellar propulsion, Duval Labs is discovering tomorrow.
If I stop playing it, I'm 100% repping Lords of Leisure over. Only Rens. Alright, what do these different types of drones do? And why are acolytes something that I would want above? Because it originally had given me hobgoblins, but I used them up.
Justice in action. Justice may be blind, but democracy is transparent.
I like the look of them. I think I'm gonna stick with my Galente though. How much? How do I know?
See something strange? Is a neighbor acting unusually or making inexplicably large purchases? Contact the FIO and help keep our Federation safe.
Like, wait. I can't buy anywhere any of them here anyway. So let me go to the Center for Advanced Studies. We're gonna go over there and buy some drones. Pretty colors. It's alright, I love pretty colors too. Shiny!
Autopilot engaged.
It's all good, Allie. It's one jump.
Stargate. Warp drive
No worries.
active.
I think it's the same place I have to go anyway to start the epic story. Man, I don't have any allergy pills in the house, and something has set me off this morning.
Approaching Stargate. Autopilot jumping. Warping to station. Warp drive active.
Alright. I could tell I'm finally getting used to my glasses. It's been 5 or 6 months now, because last night when I went to bed, I was on my phone doing TikTok, and I actually put the phone down, put the glasses cases down, and rolled over and like put my head down and realized, oh shit, I'm still wearing my glasses,
Approaching station.
and had to take them off. Personal chuckle moment. I only use them when I'm at the computer and when I'm on the phone. I don't really use them for anything else because I don't have a problem. See, it's just the helping me here with the
Docking permission
stigmatism and then
Docking permission
with the
requested. Docking
augmentation
request
for the
accepted.
phone. But I did catch myself. We went to the vet clinic.
Autopilot disabled. Waypoint
Oh no, a
reached.
couple weeks back, and I was like, he handed me, because I was buying some stuff, and he handed me a box. He's like, "Well, check out the ingredients." And I grab. So the vet hands me the box, and I look at it. And I'm like, I don't have my glasses. You're gonna have to read that for me. I was like, shit, I didn't bring reading glasses. So I'm standing here with this like, I can't remember what it was. It was a box of Oh, he was showing me this organic flea powder that they're selling now. And he was like, "Well, check out the ingredients. It's all organic." And I like grabbed the thing. I'm like, "Dude, I can't read that, man." I did not bring my glasses. Uh, so how come this guy has different things? They have different. Is this like a whole nother tier of career agents? Because I'm realizing they have like. Interesting. Anyway. Bye. Just give me 2. Actually, can I buy like 4? I don't know how many it can have. Did I not buy them from here? Son of a bitch. Where did they go? Or did I put them in my ship? No. Did I fucking do a stupid thing and buy them and I didn't buy the ones from the station? I'm a fucking idiot. View details. Station. I probably did not buy the ones from here. Fucking having a tard moment this morning. Somewhere out there there's gonna be some drones that I bought. Alright, I can only hold 2 here, so that's fine. Can I put the other 2 in the... just there? Asset... below inventory. So, does it show me what they are? Yeah, there's... I bought them somewhere else. That's hilarious. I thought clicking the buy button would just buy them here, but apparently not. Okay. So, I am curious why there are different career agents here. It appears to be the same 5 quests that I've already done, so I don't know what's up with that. That's weird. Maybe it's for a different faction? Who knows? Alright, I want to go to Agents Missions, Epic Arcs, Visions of Greatness, Set Destination, Undock. Nope, I will not be doing Skyrim anytime soon. I've already talked about that months and months and months and months and months ago.
Autopilot engaged.
In the Skyrim playlists when I got to the end of the Skyrim playthrough. We're very busy with other things.
Warp drive active.
I am probably going to sneak in some Starfield this weekend, though, because I want to take people's suggestions and go spend those creation points that Bethesda sent me. And try out some community creations from verified creators. Had a ton of great suggestions.
Autopilot jumping.
Yeah, don't forget to grab your drones. That's going to be a habit thing that I'm going to have to learn how to set.
Warping to Stargate. Warp drive active.
Here's a troll from YouTube. I have no idea what version of Grand Theft Auto or Red Dead Redemption games you all are playing, but there's nowhere close to hundreds of hours of content in those games. And Grand Theft Auto 6 won't be any different. You guys are just coping so fucking hard. I mean, sure, if I want to whack off, I'm sure I could figure something out for hundreds of hours. Like, I've played Madden a few times for hundreds of hours, but that doesn't mean it has anything new to offer. Same thing with those stupid Avenger games. Don't confuse something you like with something that legit gives you new content for 100 hours. This guy's never played a Grand Theft Auto game or a Red Dead Redemption game. Ever. I have 600 hours in Red Dead Redemption 2 between 2.5 playthroughs. I think my first playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2 was like close to 175. It was over 150. I remember that much. And then I came back into the second playthrough, which was like the completionist version, and that one was like, I can't even remember, because I ended up stopping when I got to like the second camp, and I just went and did all this, like, because you can do the legendary hunting and legendary fishing, because that unlocks all of the like specialty clothing that you can earn, and the trapping bags, and like increased bag space, and all the other things you can do in Red Dead Redemption 2. Easily hundreds of hours of gameplay in a single playthrough of Red Dead Redemption 2. Idiots.
Autopilot jumping. Warping to station. Warp drive active.
Yeah, it'll be a trained skill to loot my combat drones every time I leave.
Approaching station.
Nice! Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has crossed 6 million copies sold. KCD2 was such a good game last year.
Docking permission requested. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Autopilot disabled. Waypoint reached.
Someone just said the problem with GTA 6 is that the people crying right now were literally jobless children back when GTA 5 came out, and their parents were buying the $60 games for them, so they have no appreciation for the fact that games back then, adjusted for inflation, now cost about $200 each. Haha! That's brilliant. Oh my god, that is so true. Oh, that is so hilarious. Sweetheart Prim Jaina over on Twitch. You must not play very many games, because Grand Theft Auto 6 is priced the exact same as every other game in the industry. You just don't play any games. When you make statements like that, I have to call you out on that, because it's just not true. I'm worried other people think they can copy that price. That is the price. $80 to $120 is the going rate for premium edition games from AAA studios. This is not a $40 indie title. It is not a $30 indie title. It's not a $60 AA game or a $70 AA game. It's a AAA game. AAA games cost $80 to $120. But I realize that a lot of people don't play AAA games, and that's why. They play budget games, they buy things on discount. Yeah, you just admitted. So there you go. AAA games are so bad I've not bought one in years. That's also a false statement. If you think that AAA games are bad and you haven't played any, you literally are talking out of your ass. That's like saying steak is bad, but I don't eat it. So if you don't eat it, you don't know what you're talking about. So if you haven't played AAA games, you can't make a statement that AAA games are bad. You know what? I'm not going to interact with retards. Thanks for the free engagement. and go back to playing my game. I'm making money. All right, let's start this epic arc. It's probably going to have me train some
Skill
skills.
training complete.
This new epic arc is kind of like it's a simulator, Cutler. It's basically you're going through a simulated version where you're seeing a version of the history from each empire's perspective, and then it gives you some perspective on which faction you're gonna wanna join. But it is very much a sort of like their version of events.
Autopilot engaged.
But it sets the backdrop for you to then make a decision about what faction you're going to want to join. But you do get 4 ships, I believe,
Moving
out of
to
it.
Stargate.
And it helps
Drive
train
active.
some new abilities. Because I was going through this the other day with another character, and the problem was I was running a skill boost thing, and there were some things that were not included in that, so I wasn't. There's like 30 minutes of training you need to do for each one because they give you a new ship, and you have to train new skills to be able to use the ship because they want you to use specific abilities from each racial ship during the simulations. So today, now that I know that, we're going to do it a little bit differently. I'm going to go mine while I'm training. Allie says, stupid people make the world go round. JK says they make the world go square. JK says, but Ren, why aren't games free with no ads and no shops? And why don't I work 40 hours a week for free? I know, it's just broke people being complaining about being broke. I think my favorite stupidity that I've seen coming out of this whole discussion about Grand Theft Auto 6 is the people who say that this is I'm going to generalize here. They're saying, I don't care what games cost back in 1990. It doesn't apply to 2026. And the person who just on Twitter said a minute ago, these kids don't understand it because when they were back in the 90s or later, if they're Generation Z, their parents were buying games for them. So they have no frame of reference for what games actually cost back in the day because they got the games for free. Whereas people of my age, Gen X, or the boomer generation who have been gaming since the 70s, we understand the value of the money because we were buying games in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And so we know that, hey, when Final Fantasy whatever was $75 back in 1994, that's like $200 in today's currency. Like, so we understand how global economics work. We understand finance. We understand money. We understand inflation. We understand the value of things because we've been paying for things for many, many years. So when we see a new game priced at $80, we go, that's actually a steal. Because back in the day, when I paid $75 for a Final Fantasy game in the mid-90s, paying $75, $80 for a game today is a fucking steal in comparison. But they don't know that because they were still sucking on mommy's tit back in the 90s, getting everything for free on Christmas. And so they have no frame of reference for $80 is cheap. Like, $80 is nothing. It's not. Because the games that we were spending $75 on back in the 1990s are now worth $200. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It doesn't apply. It's not. It doesn't mean anything. It's 2026. Why are you talking about things from 30 years ago? Because it's an important part of the conversation to understand that because technology has gotten more affordable, software is more affordable, hardware is more affordable, the cost to play games has gotten cheaper over time. I was doing the math the other day. My first computer that I bought for myself was in 1999. I paid $2,800 for. It didn't have a graphics card. It was a chipset. So I paid $2,800 for a computer with no graphics card. That is in the equivalent of today's dollars, it's like $5,700. Now you want to tack on a graphics card on top of that? Let's say 1,500 bucks, 1,200 if I'm budgeting. So let's say I'm gonna do a $1,500 card on top of a 5,600, $5,700. I'm at a $7,000 price point, and if I want a really nice graphics card and nice RAM and everything else, but let's just say graphics card, I'm gonna spend $7,000 to $8,000 today to buy the equivalent of what I bought back in 1999. That shows how much cheaper things are today, because I don't have to spend $8,000 to buy a really awesome machine. The machine that I'm running EVE Online on right now cost me $3,200 2 years ago. It's got a 4080 in it, 32 gigs of RAM, 3,200 bucks. The machine that I bought in January, that's my stream machine that I'm running my stream on with a 5070 Ti in it, that cost me $3,200, right? So I don't have to spend $8,000 to buy nice machines because the cost has come down so much that I can spend roughly what I spent in 1999. The difference between 2,800 and 3,200 is only $400. So it cost me $400 more, but I'm buying tech that is worth $8,000 compared to 1999 currency. But none of that makes sense to the little Gen Zers, Gen Alphas, whatever. It's $80. It's so much money. They've paywalled content. Yeah. Whatever. Whatever, bitch. Then the other one, someone said, someone left a comment on my YouTube channel. They said, he says, I think these people are so broke. They've never been to a high-end luxury store at the mall where you have to scan your credit card before they'll let you into the store. Because that's essentially what Grand Theft Auto 6 is doing with some of the stores that are locked to the Ultimate Edition of the game. It's like going into one of those luxury shopping centers. You don't get to just walk into the store to browse the Gucci bags and the Prada. You have to show your credit card at the door for you to be allowed entry into the store. That's a paywall, motherfuckers. And I responded to that and said, I also think these people are so broke, they've never traveled. Or they're so young, so broke, they've never traveled. Because if you've ever traveled before, and you've been to a train station, a bus station, or an airport, they always have a business class and first class lounge. Guess what? Brokies ain't getting into the business class, first class lounge. You have to have a business class or first class premier access to get into those rooms. And in those rooms, there's buffets, there's food, there's beer, there's Wi-Fi connections, there's charging ports, there's private bathrooms, showers even sometimes. But you don't get to go into the business class, first class lounge if you are a coach passenger. Now, are you still flying from point A to point B or traveling via train or whatever from point A? Yes, everybody gets that base experience. But if you want the premium experience, you pay for it. And I'm like, that's the same thing. These people are so young, they've never done anything, and they're so broke because they've never made any money because they're so young. They don't understand that there is premium shit out there that you don't get to access unless you pay for it. That's how the real world works. No, it's just a billionaire company being greedy. Okay. Okay. By the way, this is going to get spun out into another clip that I'll make a bunch of money off of. What's up, Deeks? Oh, my favorite is, it doesn't apply to video games.
your example makes no sense because we're not talking about real life services. We're talking about a video game. I should have access to the video game just because I exist.
Okay. Uh, Anyway, what's up, Deeks? What's up, Blue Nile? What's up, Jules? Oh, I don't even know, to be honest with you. Somebody said something about like there's some like stores or skins or something that's paywalled and in the Ultimate Edition of Grand Theft Auto, and I'm like, and like that's how deluxe editions work. All right, so they're gonna give me a ship. I'm gonna unbox the ship, and it's gonna want me to train some stuff. See, this right here. Buy and train. I don't know where it put that right now, so we'll go check here in a second. And then it gave me some stuff so that I can... Oops, went in the wrong ship. Oh, I can't get in it yet. Anyway, so let me go over here. I thought I did buy and train. Did I not buy and train? Did it do it? Caldari frigate? That's what I need, right? I gotta move that up to the top. Okay. Okay. So I need to spend 16 minutes to train. So while I'm doing that, I can go back to my mining ship. And I can go mine for 15 minutes. And we'll come back here. No, there's no main. Nobody paywalls main story. No one does it. That would be suicide for a company to paywall. Main story.
Warp drive active.
I bet none of these kids have ever used FedEx either, or DHL or UPS. Because guess what? There's normal shipping, expedited shipping, and overnight shipping. And guess what? Guess which one's more money? like it's just fucking life. Like you pay for convenience. The life is pay to win. $60,000 units. That sounds like something I want to go mine. Let's get in the habit of launching my drones. I need to move this window. Anyway, real world what? Real world ID? What's in what reference? What are we referring to with that statement, Dokes? What real-world requirement? Are they tying real-world requirements to something? PlayStation or something? Or the game? Like, I don't quite... It's not something I've heard or been aware of. Yeah, go to Subway. There's the base sandwich. There's the deluxe sandwich. There's the super whammy sandwich. You want cheese on that? It costs more money for the fucking cheese. Like, Rockstar Games requires players to upload government-issued IDs and verify their age via facial scans to access GTA Online and online components of GTA sticks. Oh, that doesn't apply to me because I won't do the online stuff, but that's cool. No, just work. I clicked the wrong button. Deke says WWE 2K charge $150 for the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I've paid like $120 for so many Ultimate Editions over the past few years, like 3-4 years. I mean, just this year I bought Forza Horizon 6 for $120. That's just up. That's the one that was like last month or something. Like, it's just a non-issue for those of us who make money for a living. Maybe non-issue is the wrong way to say it. I think the better way to say it is, if this is your primary hobby, then you find a way. Like, I made that condescending joke the other day. It's like, just lay off the McDonald's. Like, if you just don't go one time to McDonald's, that's $30. Maybe more in Australia. I don't know what it costs in Australia, but I know in the United States, it's like $30 for one person to go have a combo meal at McDonald's. You want a combo meal plus your gas, whatever your transport to get there. You're spending $30. So just don't go to McDonald's. You've got $30. You don't go twice, you've got $60. You go 3 times, you don't go 3 times, there you go. You've bought a AAA $90 game. You know, it's not. Yeah, it's just the way that, like, somebody came into my chat last night when I was streaming this game, and they wanted to make a kerfuffle about the Xbox raising their prices. And I was like, dude, that's just the way the world is, man. Shit gets more expensive every year. My wife and I, because we track our expenses every year for taxes, right? So, she's going over the numbers. And, like, you realize when we moved here, which is 4 years ago, our expenses were about total cost of living was about $500 a month. Sorry, $500 a month, more or less, for our total cost of living. We are now over $800 in 4.5 years. Some of that is because we did not have all the animals when we moved moved here and we have a bunch of animals, and that adds to it because we buy cat litter all the time, we buy cat food all the time. The cats are 100%, our cats are 100% it's a money siphon. Like we're not getting a return on investment from the cats. So that is an empty expenditure. That's like a video game. For most people, it's like a thing that you just spend money on for entertainment. So if you took the cats out of the equation, we'd probably be like $600. But our cost of living has gone up over the last 4.5 years. That's just because that's how the world works. Milk costs more now than it was 4 years ago. Meat costs more now than it was. Those of us who live in the real world, who work real jobs, who have been around, who are adults, functioning adults in the modern society, realize that shit gets expensive. More stuff goes up every single year. And I got somebody in chat last night wanting to make some fucking big deal out of Xbox raising their prices, and it's like, get the fuck out of here. Like, RAM has gone up. All the physical components have gone up. Obviously, it's costing more to make the Xbox. And you think they're just going to sit there and not try to generate a profit? Like, that's their purpose as an entity, is to make money. Oh, but they're a billion-dollar corporation. They don't deserve to make more. Then make an Xbox, bitch. Make a comparable console and sell it to the consumer for the price that you think is fair. I will wait. Oh, no, I won't, because you'll never make it happen. So meanwhile, I will just buy my Xbox and my PlayStation and whatever other console I need, and it is what it is. The cost is what it is. I'm gonna put my cats on only pause. Yeah, JK, that's the perfect thing, and I've mentioned that more than one time. If you are not a streamer or a content creator, you have zero reason to buy a game on day one. If you can't afford $80, then wait until the game goes on sale. Are you going to play it when it's new? No. Who cares? If you're not a streamer and you're not a content creator, you don't need it on day one. You have FOMO, is what it comes down to. If you have FOMO and you can't control your urges, oh, I'm going to miss out. I gotta buy it. That's a you thing, not a me thing. Yeah, I mean, that's just exactly, Jules. It's capitalism. We had, it's last year, I think, we had somebody in chat who was from the UK. She was on a fixed income. And she went nuts about capitalism one time and was like just going off in chat about cost of like groceries, and it's like, that's just the world we live in. There's nothing you can do to control it. It sucks to be on a fixed income, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is. My cats have generated revenue for you. they kind of, you're not wrong. We're 5 minutes out from the Keldar freighter being done. Alright, I gotta remember, recall my drones. Drones are in the bay. Yeah, the only reason I buy new is because I have to for my job. If it wasn't for my job, I would be like waiting and I would just play discount games. Like, there's zero reason to buy new games unless you're doing it for work. Like, or you have FOMO and you can't control your mental urges. Because there is nothing wrong. Like, my brother's playing The Witcher 3 for the very first time. He started in December. That game's been out for... How long's Witcher 3 been out? 10 years? 8 years? I don't actually know how long Witcher 3's been out. But he's just now playing The Witcher 3, and he got it for... I think he picked it up for $5 on Steam. $5 and he's gonna get, you know, a 150-hour game for $5. By the way, I think I paid $5 for the Ultimate Edition on the PlayStation and then also on the Xbox. So it's like I didn't pay full price for The Witcher 3. But I also wasn't streaming for a living when I played The Witcher 3 the first time. Yep, that's the thing, JK. You could just play free games. Like, this is a free game. Guild Wars 2 is a free game. Like, there are free demos on Steam every day. GOG gives you free games every month. Epic Game Store gives you free games every month. Epic Game Store is one of the best deals for people who are looking for free games because you get multiple games for free every month just by having an account at Epic Games. Like, you could totally get free games out the wazoo. You could play 15, 20 free games every month if you wanted to, easily. But no, these kids have FOMO and they're like, I gotta have the new thing. Alright, let's go board this ship, which is, where is this at? Opportunity, claim my rewards, active. Oops, I got more rewards here. Claim all. Active. Visions of Greatness. It's this place right here, right? The Canoli Tree. Yeah.
Warp drive active.
Now I should be able to hop into the Merlin and go do the young look at it through the lens of I have to be there first. Yeah. I think a lot of it just comes down to maturity and like we've had this discussion the other day. Like, it's a generational thing. There's a generational thing and a culture thing, and just it's youth. There's the lack of maturity. They don't understand the value of money because mommy and daddy bought them the games when they were 10 years old, and now that they're adults, they're having to buy things for the first time. And they're freaking out because it's like, oh my god, shit costs money. And it's like, yeah, it's been that way forever, sweetheart. It's been that way forever. It ain't nothing new for those of us who have been around the block a few times. Shit costs money. Alright, we are 19 seconds. What's up, Sweet Pea? Wait till they start dating. Just wait till they start dating. Wait till they get out of their mom's basement and they actually try to start dating and they figure out that everything in life is a transaction. Everything costs money, my friends. Everything. And on that note, I'm done. I gotta go hang out, have breakfast, take a bio, and then I gotta get work done. I've got some short content I gotta get produced for sponsors. So I'm going to wrap up here, everybody. I should be back later today. I got to wait and see what the schedule is for them. If someone's coming to pick the grandniece up or if Chris is taking her out. I got to see if I'm going to get passport photos today or not. But I should be back later today with some more streams. So stay tuned, and I will catch everybody in the next one. Thanks for the resubs, new subs, memberships, and beyond. That's a wrap.